Hi YouTube, and welcome back to my channel. I hope that you're doing great. Mancera. This video is actually a requested video by one of my true subscribers. It's not like, the usual videos on this channel, topless videos, comparison videos, and reviews, In this video, I literally show you guys my Mancera collection. And I do not mean I show you my Mancera collection bottle by bottle. I mean I show you my Mancera collection, how many fragrances, Mancera fragrances I have and how I'll store them and stuff like that. That is what this particular video is all about, guys. I will at some point do a Mancera ranking video where I will rank all my Mancera fragrances from worst to best. But that's not now, guys. Specifics. In this video, you will see all my Mancera bottles of fragrances, how I store them. And you will see my backup bottles, a couple of bottles, I've used the most. You will see, in the end of this video, one of two Mancera fragrances I've been wearing a lot the last couple of months, this summer 2025. If that is something for you guys, you should stay and watch this particular video to the end. Now let's just jump into it, guys. Here is my Mancera collection, and as you can see, right there in the corner, we got red tobacco, as a lot of you guys probably know, instant crush, oud lemon mint, a lot of Mancera fragrances right here, guys. And as you can see, then I keep them in their own packaging, in a plastic box with a lid. In that way, I keep them away from, a lot of air, sunlight, all that. That's the best way for me to keep my fragrances, I think, And don't mind my handwriting, guys. I've simply done that so I can, control it in the best way myself and find the fragrance fast I want to wear, out of all these Mancera fragrances. So, that's the way it is. But as you can see, guys, in their own packaging, that's the way I store them. And in this plastic box with a lid. And then in a closet in my basement, in a temperature controlled environment. So now you know that, guys. I know, pretty nerdy, but that's the best way for me to keep my fragrances safe and fresh, so to speak, for a very, very long time. And that's the same reason why you never see a lot of fragrances behind me in my videos, on a shelf and stuff like that, all the time, In this way, I keep the so-called shelf life in the best way for the longest time, And I think it's great. Pretty nerdy, as I told. Great for me, guys. That's the way I store it. Some other Mancera fragrances I've been testing lately. They are stored in the same way, as the others, in a cool and dark environment, so to speak, like the others, in a temperature-controlled room in my basement as well. But just to show you guys these fragrances I've been testing a lot lately. And here the Mancera fragrances I've been testing the most the last couple of months. We got Intense Instant Crush, which is beautiful for the fall and winter time. Very deep, very leathery, very sweet, just great for the fall and winter time. On the other hand, Amberful is great for the summertime. You can wear it all year around because of its freshness. But it's just great for especially the summertime with that fresh vibe. So now you know the fragrances as well, you know, I've been testing the most the last couple of months, guys. And the last bottles in my Mancera collection are these. These are my backup bottles. We got Instant Crush, a Oud Lemon Mint, Tonga Cola, Black to Black and Sand. Love these fragrances, guys. But let's go back to the so-called studio now. Then I will tell you guys these fragrances, these Mancera fragrances, I've been wearing the most the last couple of months, you know, in the summertime. There you go, guys. That is the way I keep and store my particular Mancera collection. And, you know, it's the best way for me, as I told you know, in that part where I was showing you all the Mancera fragrances before, the best way for me in terms of, you know, they are in a dark and cool spot, you know, in my basement, in their own packaging, you know, in a plastic box with a lid, and then in a closet in my basement, in a temperature controlled environment. The best way for me. And again, as I told, that's why you never see fragrances behind me in my videos on a shelf and stuff like that, because I keep my fragrances like that. Anyway, guys, as I told in the first, you know, part of this video, I will do a Mancera ranking video at some point. I might be doing it in 2 parts, because in that video I will tell you guys very detailed about, you know, every Mancera fragrance I got in my collection one by one, from worst to best, as I told as well. And in the beginning of this video, I told you guys that I will show you the Mancera fragrances, the 2 Mancera fragrances I've been wearing very much this summer 2025. One of them is Mancera's Amberful. A very, very beautiful, citrusy, woody, spicy fragrance. I really love Amberful. Actually, I was a bit surprised about how Amberful was when I first smelled this one. I thought it was, after what I heard, I thought it was pretty, you know, meh, but it actually a beautiful fragrance. I see similarities here with Creed Millésime Impérial, actually. You know, this one right here is just a tiny bit more scratchy or spicy, if you will. And it has a very, very good performance. You know, we are talking projection for about, you know, 3 to sometimes 4 hours, depending on your skin chemistry and the weather, climates, of course. Longevity all in all, we are talking for around 12 hours with a great longevity with Amberful. So a very, very worn fragrance by me this summer 2025. Mancera Amberful. The other Mancera fragrance I've been wearing so much this summer is Aqua Wood. And, you know, guys, this is as well very, very beautiful in my eyes. Very fresh. You are definitely getting the, you know, pear in the opening, citruses, ginger. It is a little bit ambery in the dry down. Just a very gorgeous, extremely fresh fragrance. Fresh, spicy. You know, it's just, I love this fragrance. If you love, you know, mainstream, you know, fragrances like, you know, Acqua di Gio and stuff like that, you will probably like this one right here, because I actually see some Acqua di Gio vibes in Aqua Wood by Mancera. Very, very good, very fresh for the summertime. And if we should talk about the performance of, you know, Aqua Wood, then it has, you know, a gorgeous projection, so to speak, for the first couple of hours, because it is an extremely fresh fragrance. Longevity, all in all, we are talking around the 10th hour mark before it is a skin scent, but I think it is a pretty long lasting fragrance when we are talking a fresh fragrance. So another gorgeous fragrance by Mancera. Actually, Aqua Wood has been discontinued. but you can still find it. A lot of discounters, a lot of places on discounters, you can find Aquawood still. So get it while you can if you like it, guys. That was fragrance number 2 I've been wearing a lot this summer 2025. That is Aquawood by Mancera. That's it for today, guys, with this, unusual video, so to speak. But it is a requested video by one of my 2 subscribers. So, of course, guys, sometimes we have to do something different, than the usual. And videos in the future or near future, just to tell you guys, would be, top something sexiest fragrances for fall and winter. And after that, a Club de Nuit Intense Man comparison video where I will compare an old batch of Club de Nuit Intense Man to a new or newer batch, depending on how, new a batch I can have for this video. Anyway, guys, I hope that you enjoyed this video. And I want to say thanks a lot to all my subscribers on the channel. Welcome to new subscribers. I'm doing these particular videos for you guys. Anyway, I hope that you are enjoying your beautiful life with your family, friends, and loved ones. And until I see you again, guys, enjoy life even more. See ya.